At Garma this weekend, will the Prime Minister tell participants that despite last year giving them, and I quote, a solemn promise to implement the Uluru Statement from the heart in full, through Makarrata treaty-making and truth-telling, his position is now, as he told ABC Radio yesterday, that he has no plans and sees no need for a national treaty? Is the Prime Minister's problem one of competency, or does he just say whatever he thinks people want to hear?
Give the call to the Prime Minister.
I thank the Leader of the Opposition for his question, and I once again invite him to go to Garma, to actually talk with Indigenous Australians, to move away from his dirt unit and sit in the red dirt. They're in Arnhem Land,
Order.
and there he can
Deakin.
explain his position on the Uluru Statement from the heart. Because let's be very clear, both sides of Parliament are saying they support constitutional recognition. Both sides of Parliament are saying they support a legislated voice. The only difference between the two positions is that we are putting forward the position of constitutional recognition in the form that has been requested by Indigenous Australians themselves over a period of 2 decades. That will be what will be before the Australian people in the last quarter of this
Members on my left.
Because their commitment to legislate a voice completely undermines every argument that they make against it. Every argument. They clearly acknowledge it is needed, otherwise why would they legislate it? Clearly they recognise it will make a positive difference, otherwise why do they say legislate it? Clearly they don't see it as divisive or radical, otherwise why would they legislate it? This confected outrage by those opposite with regard to the Uluru Statement from the heart is just that, confected, seeking political advantage by undermining the most disadvantaged group in Australia, who happen to be First Nations people, prepared to advance their political interests by undermining the interests of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. And they know when it comes to treaty, David Crisafulli said this in the Queensland Parliament, the Leader of the Queensland LNP, I rise to support the Path to Treaty Bill 2023. Path to Treaty is a genuine opportunity for our state to improve the lives of Indigenous Australians. Mr Speaker, I support the Uluru Statement from the heart. And the first part of Uluru Statement from the heart is a voice, as requested, constitutionally enshrined, so that it can't be gotten rid of with the stroke of a pen.
Order.